Hi, I'm Linda Johnson, and this is my second grade class you'll be hearing read today. We're here at Nevada City Elementary School.
Hello, my name is Rachel, and I'm going to be reading Hour of the Olympics by Mary Moe Osborne. One summer day in Frog Creek, Pennsylvania, a mysterious treehouse appeared in the woods. Eight-year-old Jack and his 7-year-old sister Annie climbed into the treehouse. They found that it was filled with books. Jack and Annie soon discovered that the treehouse was magic. It could take them to the places in the books. All they had to do was point to the picture and wish to go there. Along the way, they discovered that the treehouse belongs to Morgan Le Fay. Morgan is a magical librarian from the time of King Arthur. She travels through the time and space gathering books. In the Magic Treehouse books, number 8 to 12, Jack and Annie solved 4 ancient riddles and became master librarians to help them in their future tasks. Morgan gave Jack and Annie secret library cards with the letters N-L on them. Jack and Annie's first 4 missions to save stories from the ancient libraries. This is their 4th mission. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear how this story ends, check it out at your local library. Hi, my name is Taylor, and I would like to read Horrible Harry in Room 2B. Horrible Harry, Chapter 1, Horrible Harry and Me. Harry sits next to me in room 2B. He looks like any other second grader, except for one thing. Harry loves to do horrible things. When I first met Harry out on the playground, he had a shoebox. I asked him what's in there. Something. What's your name? Doug, I said. Want to see a girl scream, Doug? Before I could say anything, Harry took off after Song Lee. When he trapped her by the tree, he opened up his box and dangled a garter snake in her face. Song Lee screamed. That's when I first saw Harry do something horrible. When it rains, we have recess indoors. Sometimes we play a game called 7-Up. When it's Harry's turn to be up, everyone wonders, will Harry tap me on the head? Harry presses his knuckles down hard on your skull. He calls them knuckle noogies. No one should give anybody a knuckle noogie, but Harry does. Harry loves to do horrible things. The second week of school, Sydney called Harry a name. It was during science, when we were reading about birds. Harry is a...
Skip it.
Sydney whispered, and a lot of kids laughed. What's so funny? The teacher asked. The teacher asked. Nothing, Mrs. Michael, Sydney replied. Harry didn't think. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of the story, check it out at your local library.
12 little monsters wake up at 7. One jogs away. Now there are 11 little monsters meet in a den. One sneaks away. Now there are
10.
10 little monsters walk in a line. One skips away, now there are 9 little monsters jump over a gate. One runs away, now there are 8 little monsters see tea at 11. One strolls away, now there are 7 little monsters are up to monster trucks. One rolls away, now there are 6 little monsters go for a drive. One walks away, now there are 5 little monsters dance along the shore. One swims away, now there are 4 little monsters climb up a tree. One flies away, now there are 3 little monsters cook a monster sweet. One moves away, now there are 2 little monsters go for a run. One hops away, now there is 1 little monster is a big hero. It goes home, now there are 0. Thank you for letting me read.
My name is Nick, and I would like to read Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And this chapter is called Flight of the Fat Lady. In no time at all, Defense Against the Dark Arts had become most people's favorite class. Only Draco Malfoy and his gang of Slytherins had anything to say about Professor Lupin. Look at the state of his robes, Malfoy would say in a loud whisper as Professor Lupin passed. He dressed like our old house elf, but no one else cared that Professor Lupin's robes were patched and gray. His next few lessons were just as interesting as the first. After Boggarts, they studied redcaps, nasty little goblin creatures that worked whenever there had been bloodshed in the dungeons of castles and the pathos of desolate battlefields leading to London. Those who had gotten lost from redcaps and moved on to Nappa's creepy water dwells that look like scaly monkeys with webbed hands itching strangle on winged waders in their ponds. Harry only wished he was happy with some of his other classes. Worst of all, potions. Snape was the particularly distant blood these days. Thanks for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of the story, check it out at your local library.
Hi, my name is Vivian. I would like to read Cream of Creature from the School Cafeteria by Mike Thaler, illustrated by Jordan Lee. It was lunchtime. Our class walked slowly toward the cafeteria, holding our noses. You could smell the food all the way down the hall.
It was almost making funny noises. We opened the cafeteria door, we took our trays, and were about to line up when we backed away from the lunch counter in horror. The food was moving. It burbled and glurped in the pans. Then it slurped out of the pans and over the counter and across the cafeteria floor. It was coming at us. We threw our lunch trays in the air and ran out the door. Mrs. Crumb, the cook, ran out of the cafeteria shouting at the food. She tried to hit it with a serving spoon. The food burbled over her white shoes and she was gone. We ran into the main office. "Call the sheriff! Call the sheriff!" we all shouted. "Now what's wrong?" said Mrs. Bagley, the principal. "The food is after us!" we screamed. Now," said Mrs. Bagley, opening the office door and stepping out. "There's absolutely nothing to blurt." She never finished her sentence. She just disappeared into the burbling green. We ran into her office and locked the door. Through the glass we could see the food eating all the safety posters. We dialed the sheriff. Soon we heard his siren. He burst in. "Hi. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the rest of this book, you can check it out at your local library or at your bookstore."
Hi, I'm Brianna, and I'd like to read The Magic Finger by Roald Dahl, illustrated by Quentin Blake. The farm next to ours is owned by Mr. and Mrs. Gregg. The Greggs have 2 children, both of them boys. Their names are Philip and William. Sometimes I go over to their farm to play with them. I am a girl and I am 8 years old. Philip is also 8 years old. William is 3 years old. He is 10. What? All right then, he is 11. Last week, something very funny happened to the Gregg family, and I'm going to tell you about it as best as I can. Now, the one thing that Mr. Gregg and his 2 boys loved to do more than anything else was go hunting. Every Saturday morning, they would take their guns and go off into the woods to look for animals and birds to shoot. Even Philip, who was only 8 years old, had a gun of his own. I can't stand hunting. I just can't stand it. It doesn't seem right to me that men and boys kill animals just for the fun they get out of it. So I used to try to stop Philip and William from doing it. Every time I went over to the farm, I would do my best to talk them out of it. But they only laughed at me. I even said something about it once to Mr. Gregg, but he just walked on past me as if I wasn't there. Then one Saturday morning, I saw Philip and William coming out of the woods with her father. They were carrying a lovely young deer. This made me so cross that I started shouting at them. The boys laughed and made faces at me. And Mr. Gregg told me to go home and mind my own painkillers. Well, that did it. And I saw red. And before I was able to stop myself, I did something I never meant to do. I put the magic finger on them all. Oh dear, I even put it on Mrs. Gregg, who wasn't there. I put it on the whole Gregg family. For months, I'd been telling myself that I would never put the magic finger on anyone again. Not after what happened to my teacher, old Mrs. Minto. Poor old Mrs. Minto. One day we were in class, and she was teaching us spelling. Stand up, she said to me, and spell cat. That's an easy one, I said. K-A-T. You were a stupid little girl, Mrs. Winter said. I'm not a stupid little girl, I cried. I'm a very nice little girl. Go and stand in the corner, Mrs. Winter said. Then I got cross, and I saw red, and I put the magic finger on Mrs. Winter, good and strong. And almost at once, guess what? If you'd like to hear the rest of this story, please check it out at your local library.
Hi, my name is Cody, and I want to read Danny the Champion of the World, and the author is Ronald Dahl, and it's illustrated by Clayton Blake. Chapter 1, The Filling Station. When I was 4 months old, my mother died suddenly, and my father was left to look after me, all by himself. This is how I looked at the time. I had no brothers or sisters, so all through my boyhood, from age of 4 months onward, there was just us two, my father and me. We lived in an old biscuit caravan behind a filling station. My father owned the filling station and the caravan and small meadow behind, but that was about all he owned in the world. It was a very small filling station on a small country road surrounded by fields and hills. While I was still a baby, my father watched me and fed me and changed my diapers and did all the millions of other things a mother normally does for a child. That is not an easy task for a man, especially when he has to earn his living at the same time but repairing automobiles, engines, and serving customers. But my father didn't seem to mind. I think that all the love he had felt for my mother she was alive. He now lavished upon me. During my early years, I never had a moment unhappiness or illness. And here I am on my 5th birthday. I was now a scruffy little boy, as you can see, with grease and oil all over me, but that was because I spent all day in the workshop helping my father with all the jokes. Thank you for listening to me read. If you want to hear the end of the story, check it out at your local library or your bookstore.
The book that I'm going to read is Slower Than a Snail. I'm larger than a shoeplace. I'm shorter than this guy. I'm smaller than an airplane. I'm bigger than a flight. I'm taller than a monkey. I'm shorter than a tree. I'm smaller than a rainbow. I'm bigger than a flake. I'm larger than some things. I'm smaller than others. But there is one thing. I am not my big brother. And that's slower than a snail.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to me read.
If you want to know.
If you want,
Never mind.
hi, my
name is Bobby, and I would like to read the fungus study at my school. We told Mr. Harrison our science experiments were getting out of control. He didn't believe us until they ate our school. It started before spring vacation. Our class was studying fungus. We were growing fungus indoors. Are you sure our experiments will be all right while we're not here? We asked Mr. Harrison. Don't worry, he told us. Fungus can take care of itself. There was rain during the whole vacation. Our first day back at school, Miss Morver, the principal, opened the front doors early. Come out, children. Let's get out of the rain. We walked into the dark hallway. Miss Morver turned on the light. Yelled Ellen. Green, yellow, and purple fuzz covered everything. What is it? Asked Miss Morver. It's big and ugly, said Ellen. It's fantastic, I said. It's not fantastic, said Miss Morver. That's true. It's fungus, said Mr. Harrison. The bell rang. Accurately, the bell went thud, thud, thud. It had smothered the bell. The slimy fuzz covered the floors, walls, bulletin board, even the lights. It's eating everything, I said. I don't hear it chewing, Ellen nodded. I didn't think fungus had a mouth, said Alex. Look, it's eating our universe, cried Ellen. If you want to hear the rest of the story, you can check it out at your local library or bookstore.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to me read.
Hello, I am Jessica, and I'm going to be reading We Eat Dinner in the Bathtub. Do you want to eat dinner at my house, Joseph? Okay, Harris. We eat dinner in the bathtub. The bathtub? Yes. Why do you do that? You should eat dinner in the dining room. We sleep in the dining room. Don't you have a bedroom? Yes. Yes, we cook in my bedroom. Why don't you cook in the kitchen? There's no room. We park our car in the kitchen. Why don't you park your car in the garage? The dog sits in there. Why don't you put the dog in the backyard? The backyard is filled with all kinds of things. Can't you put all those things in the attic? No, we bath in the attic. Why don't you take a bath in the tub? I told you, we eat dinner in the bathtub. Do you want to eat with me or not? Okay, but I have to call my mom and let her know it's my turn to sit at the table. Table? What table? The one in the dining room. Your family eats dinner in the dining room? Yes. That's what I like about you, Joseph. You're so different. Thank you for listening to me read.
Hi, my name is Callie Gilligan, and I like to read Castle in the Clouds by Morris Simon. You're just drifting off to sleep in your grandparents' big old house when you hear strange noise. You sit up
in the bed, crunching with your faded stuffed elephant. This sounds as if someone is softly humming, but you don't know who it could be. You're sure that both that your grandparents are asleep downstairs. That sound is coming from the ceiling right over your bed. Mary, Mary, someone calls your name in a squeaky whisper. Come upstairs. The strange voice frightens you so badly that you jump right out of your bed. Then you remember that there isn't a room up there, it's only the attic. What should I do? You asked your stuffed elephant. I could creep up the stairs and peek into the attic, or maybe I should wake up Grandpa and Grandma. If you want to peek into the attic, turn to page 8. If you decide to wake up Grandpa and Gram, turn to page 14. Very quietly, you tiptoe to the attic door, open it, and start to climb up the stairs. Your fingers shake on the band as you reach the landing. Hello, you whisper in a deep voice, trying to sound brave. Is anyone there? For a few seconds, the attic is so still that you can hear your thumping in your chest. Then a squeaky voice calls, Mary, you're just in time to help Danny. You jump at the sound and peer around the dark attic. Here I am. Thank you for listening to me read. If you'd like to hear the rest of the story, please check it out your local library or your bookstore. My name is Michael. I'm going to be reading The Bears on Wheels. One bear, one wheel. One bear on one wheel. Two bears on one wheel. Three on one, four on four. Four bears on one wheel. One bear on two wheels. Four on two. One on one again. One on one. Three on three. None on four. Four on nine. One on one again. Five on one. Five bears on one. Five bears on nine. 10 on one. One wheel on five wheels. One on five, 10 on one, 10, 1, 10. 21 on one. One on
and again. Thank you for letting me read.
Hi, my name is Justin, and I would like to read Don't Wake Up Mama. 5 little monkeys won't wake up yet with the sun. Today is Mama's birthday. 5 little monkeys tiptoed past Mama sleeping. Let's bake a cake. Shh, don't wake up Mama. 2 cups of flour. I measured 3 teaspoons. 3 teaspoons coming up. I'll get 3 teaspoons. Sift everything together, but don't sneeze. You'll wake up Mama. Achoo! Shh, don't wake up Mama. Achoo! 5 little monkeys checked on Mama. She's still asleep. We can finish making the cake. 1 little monkey read the recipe and add 4 eggs. 4 little monkeys each got some eggs. We need sugar and oil. Don't spill the oil, but 1 little monkey spills. And another little monkey slips and falls. Don't wake up Mama. Crash eggs. 5 little monkeys checked on Mama. She's still asleep. We can finish making the cake. 1 little monkey reads the recipe. Next, mix everything together and put it in pans. Then bake the cake in the oven. Another little monkey says, "Now we can go up to our room and make a present for Mama." Bang, bang. 5 little monkeys start to make a present. Shh, don't wake up Mama. 1 little monkey says, "Do you smell something burning?" 5 little monkeys race past Mama sleeping. Shh, don't wake up Mama. Oh no, the cake dripped all oven. Turn off the oven. Save the cake. Shh, don't wake up Mama. Thank you for listening to me read.
Hi, my name is Paige and I want to read Who Cried for Pie. Who wants a cherry pie? I did. Who mixed the cherry pie? Grandma mixed the pie. Who rolled the cherry pie? Mother rolled the pie. Who filled the cherry pie? Grandpa filled the pie. Who bakes the cherry pie? Daddy bakes the pie. Who cooled the cherry pie? I did. Who stole the cherry pie? Someone stole the cherry pie. Who filmed the cherry pie? Mother filmed the pie. Who ate the cherry pie? Humphrey did. Who cried for cherry pie? We all did. And thank you for letting me read. Hello, my name is Kat. I'm read Stalin. Long time ago, there were not houses, and people lived in cafes. Stalin lived in a cave.
but he did not like it. The pipe was cold. His tummy was cold. His head hurt because he had to sleep with a rock. But fly around us void the place. Why can't we fly? I bitter while too low, asked Tanya. This is unknown for us, said the other caveman. Why is it good enough for you? The caveman carried straps that were very taut. Stanley was like too, but he liked playing seeds in the garden and watched them grow. He liked to paint pictures. Thank you for listening to me. It all began with that shoe on the wall. A shoe on the wall shouldn't be there at all. Then I looked up and I said, oh man, and that's how Wacky Wednesday began. I looked out the window and I said, gee, 3 more things are wacky. I saw 3. I went down the hall and I said, hey, 3 more things are wacky today. In the bathroom I saw more. In the bathroom I saw 4. I began to rest and I said, wow, 4 more things were wacky now. I looked in the kitchen. I said, by cracky, 5 more things are very wacky. I was late for school. I started alone and I saw that 6 more things were wrong. And then 7 more. And the Sutherland sisters, they looked wacky too. They said, nothing is wacky around here but you. But look, I yelled, 8 things are wrong here at school. Nothing is wrong, they said. Don't be a fool. I ran into school. I yelled to Miss Bass, look, 9 things are wacky right here in your class. Thank you for letting me read this book. If you want to hear the rest of it, check it out at your local bookstore or library.
What's fun?
Reading!
Where do you go to school?
NC!
And what grade are you in?
Second grade.
And what's fun?
Reading.
Hip hip hurrah! Hurrah for reading!